I'm going to go over Vertex Pharmaceuticals and show you why this stock has hit a critical area. It's Dow on the Dow. The stock ended the week at $312.98, down 1%. The 52-week low, 185.46. The 52-week high, 323.61. Volume lower than normal with 713,000 shares traded. We typically see 1.2 million shares traded, and you need volume in order for a stock to run. The market cap, $80 billion. Taking a look at the performance for the week, it is up nearly 0.5%. For the 3-month period, up 7%. And for the year, it is up a whopping 67%. Congratulations if you've made some money off of this stock. Under the technicals, it's considered a buy as of right now. Under the analyst's rating, it is also considered a buy. The 1-year price target on TradingView is $327.63. We are nearly there. That represents a nearly 5% increase. Now on tipranks.com, the low forecast is 280, the average is 325, the high 442. On stockanalysis.com, the low is 267, the average 328, and the high 464. And notice the average forecast has increased from the last time I took a look at this back on March 6th. Now, when I talked about it, and I mentioned if you had bought in at 239, that represents a 35% increase. Now, if you were to buy in at today's price of, let's just round it up to 312, and we go to the next target of 325, that represents a 3.87% increase. If we make it to 328, that is roughly a 5% increase. If we go to 442, that would be roughly a 41% increase. And finally, if we make it to 464, that represents an increase of 48%. Of course, we may never get there, or it could take a very long time to do so. Now, I want to point out a couple other things here. Notice when we hit resistance, which is this zone right here, what happened? We fell down. This is resistance. From where we were down here, this is resistance. We could not bust through to 3 standard deviations, and we fell. And anytime we hit resistance, I anticipate a pullback as people take their profits and they run. So if this is resistance, this is support down here. We're just grinding sideways here, consolidating barcode, and then we ripped again back up to resistance. If this is support down here, this is resistance. Let me mark that out right here. And then we fell back down again, and we climbed back up and hit another critical area. Let's see if I can get my cursor to cooperate right here. Again, resistance, resistance, resistance. Money, more money, the jackpot. And anytime again we hit this zone up here, I anticipate a pullback as people take their profits and they run, and you can see that that is exactly what happened. And now we just went back up higher, and what's happening? Right here. Hit another level of resistance. And obviously we are falling again. But sometimes you have to go back down to get back up again, and the analysts say long term this will continue to go up. Let me show you the RSI, and we are overbought right now. Again, this is a zone where I anticipate a sell-off, and anytime we hit the overbought area, as you can see, we fall down in this zone, back here, here, down, here, down, here, down. There's a pattern. So again, if we see an area that the price gets overbought, 70 and above, anticipate a pullback, possibly to go down, to go back up again. And the MACD also going down right here. So you need both of these to turn up to show that we are still going higher, but we are not. It looks like we are going sideways. So we could go sideways to go up or go sideways to go down, but right now it looks like possibly we are turning down on the monthly time frame. And I just want to show you one other thing. From this area, which was at $71, whoops, that is not what I want. This zone right here to where we are represents an increase of 354%. Obviously, that is the long game. If you were investing, you could have realized some of those gains, but obviously a lot of people are just traders. They're getting in and out. And the RSI and the MACD helps you also decide when to get in and when to get out. Let me show you the weekly time frame. Take a quick look at that. We are about to hit resistance right here, and when we do, I do anticipate a sell-off as well. It could be doing that right now. Let's take a look at the RSI on the weekly time frame turning down. This is also going down, so it looks like there is a trend that possibly could be starting to the downside because, again, we have hit resistance. And let's take a look at this on the daily time frame. We are only at the middle of the trend on the daily, but from down here, this is resistance. This is considered support. Again, anytime we hit this zone, and this zone, I anticipate a bounce as people buy the dip. And if we are down here, this is resistance. This is support. This is resistance. And then we fell back down, grinding our way back up. And now some red candles there, as you can see. Let's take a look at the RSI. We are turning down. We never made it to 70, but notice here, anytime we hit 70 above, there's a pullback, a pullback, a pullback, a pullback. Let's take a look at the MACD. It looks like it's turning down as well. So, again, selling off as we hit certain key levels. All right, that does it for me. If there is a stock that you would like me to go over, please let me know. And if you're in this trade, what would you do? Would you sell or would you let it ride? That's what I really want to know. Do you like to take a gamble? Are you investing or are you just trading for some quick gains?